Today we're talking about police using pharmacies to secretly access medical information about members of the public. But before we get into that, in what sounds like a story ripped from the opening scenes of a sci-fi horror movie, scientists have bridged a critical gap between the biological and electronic. The study published in Nature Electronics, summarized in Nature, detailed a hybrid biocomputer combining lab-grown human brain tissue with conventional circuits and AI. Dubbed BrainAware, the system learned to identify voices with 78% accuracy. It could one day lead to silicon microchips fused with neurons. BrainAware combines brain organoids, stem cell-derived clusters of human cells morphed into neuron-filled mini-brains with conventional electronic circuits. To make it, researchers placed a single organoid onto a plate containing thousands of electrodes to connect the brain to electric circuits. The circuits, speaking to the brain organoid, translate the information they want to input into a pattern of electric pulses. The brain tissue then learns and communicates with the technology. A sensor in the electronic array detects the mini-brain's response, which a trained machine learning algorithm decodes. In other words, with the help of AI, the neurons and electronics merge into a single, extremely basic for now, problem-solving biomachine. The researchers taught the computer brain system to recognize human voices. They trained BrainAware on 240 recordings of 8 people speaking, translating the audio into electric to deliver to the organoid. The organic part reacted differently to each voice, while generating a pattern of neural activity AI learned to understand. BrainAware learned to identify the voices with 78% accuracy. The team views the work as more proof of concept than something with near-term practical use. Although previous studies showed two-dimensional neuron cell cultures could do similar things, this is the first trial run using a trained three-dimensional lump of human brain cells. It could point to a future of biological computing where the speed and efficiency of human brains spark a superpowered AI. What could go wrong? A Senate Finance Committee inquiry revealed on Tuesday that police departments can get access to private medical information from pharmacies, no warrant needed. While HIPAA may protect some access to personally identifiable health data, it doesn't stop cops, according to a letter from Senator Ron Wyden, Representative Pramila Jayapal, and Representative Sarah Jacobs to the Department of Health and Human Services. None of the major U.S. pharmacies are doing anything about it either, the members of Congress say. All of the pharmacies surveyed stated that they do not require a warrant prior to sharing pharmacy records with law enforcement agents, unless there is a state law that dictates otherwise, the letter said. Those pharmacies will turn medical records over in response to a mere subpoena, which often do not have to be reviewed or signed by a judge prior to being issued. The committee reached out to Amazon, Cigna, CVS Health, the Kroger Company, Optum Rx, Rite Aid Corporation, Walgreens Boots Alliance, and Walmart about their practices for sharing medical data with police. While Amazon, Cigna, Optum, Walmart, and Walgreens said they have law enforcement requests reviewed by legal professionals before complying, CVS Health, the Kroger Company, and Rite Aid Corporation said they ask in-store staff to process the request immediately. Engadget reached out to the pharmacies mentioned in the letter about the claims. CVS said its pharmacy staff are trained to handle these inquiries, and it's following all applicable laws around the issue. Walgreens said it has a process in place to assess law enforcement requests compliant with those laws, too. And Amazon said while the law enforcement requests are rare, it does notify patients and comply with court orders when applicable. The others either haven't responded or refused to comment. The pharmacies mostly blame the current lack of legislative protections for patient data for their willingness to comply with COP requests. Most of them told the committee that current HIPAA law and other policies let them disclose medical records in response to certain legal requests. That's why the Senate Finance Committee is targeting HHS to strengthen these protections, especially since the 2023 Dobbs decision let states criminalize certain reproductive health decisions. Under current HIPAA law, patients have the right to know who is accessing their health information, but individuals have to request the medical record disclosure data instead of healthcare professionals being required to share it proactively. Consequently, few people ever request such information, even though many would obviously be concerned to learn about disclosures of their private medical records to law enforcement agencies, the letter states. The letter also urges pharmacies to change their policies to require a warrant and publish transparency reports about how data is shared. Thanks for listening to the show. Make sure to rate, review, and subscribe on Apple Podcasts. Today's show featured journalism by Engadget contributors Will Shanklin and Katie Malone and was produced by Spoken Layer. I'm Imran Sheikh, and we'll talk more tomorrow.
Spoken Layer.